Like, nah, that was just my neck. Don't worry about it. I was just a little bit sore, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That happens. I know that there's also sometimes a wolf spawned here. I'm just a bit careful with that. Just casually out here snapping necks. I mean, I don't know how everybody else greets people, but like, I don't know if I happen to walk up to somebody and do some kind of hot chiropractic move where, you know, it's like, it's halfway between wrestling, it's halfway between chiropractic, and like, I just like snap your neck and throw you and stuff. It's endearing, okay? Don't worry about it. Like, it's just like, just having a moment. It's fine. I shake hands or something, man. I've got like OCD hand washing and hygiene. I don't touch anybody's hands. So imagine that. It's like instead of touching hands, I just like snap somebody's neck or something like that. The Wii Fit trainer has joined the battle. Probably. Very true. I had cracked my neck. Oh man. I do it a fair bit because I get pretty sore. I've also got like chronic pain disorder and stuff like that. But I need to sell you shit. So I don't know. I've got that, and the fuck else have I got? I also get like really sore if I sit still doing stuff for a while. So like the other week when I had some time off, I did some drawing, and everything got sore from that. So for like the following week, every time I was like sitting still, my shoulder would ache like fucking all hell.
Don't let the door.
There's literally nothing I could do about it.
Smart now, don't you? Here's your pay.
I had to shake someone's hand today. I went to get counseling. Oh man, no, I'm always awkward with like handshakes and stuff like that because like you know, I could probably sew you that back, even though that would give me improved gloves. Give me this because I bet they'll sell back for more. Usually whenever I have to like shake somebody's hand, like in a professional setting type thing, it's kind of like, what was I was going to sell you? The ammo. That's right. It's like, I either go all in, like I know that I'm going to go wash my hands in a minute, and so it doesn't matter to me. And like, that's usually when I almost crush somebody's hand because like I'm over enthusiastic about it. Or there's the alternate where I really don't want to like shake the person's hand because I can't just go and wash my hands and like feel better about it. So then I'm like, I'm stuck in like the purgatory of like the limp, nasty handshake that makes everybody feel uncomfortable that that's even happened in the first place. And I can't even go and clean my hand about it afterwards. And I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable with this entire thing. And you need to be as well because you made me uncomfortable by doing the act of handshaking.
Shit, man, I treat you that good.
So I've had that done to me and it feels weird. I know, right? But like, if I'm doing that on purpose. Because like, I don't want to, I can't go and wash my hands, so I don't want to wash it. Typically what I used to do, when I used to go to like, I don't know, when I used to go to client places and stuff like that, I used to just kind of like, I put my hand up in like a what do you call it? Like a stationary wave kind of motion and just be like, OCD hand washing, like, you know, no thanks kind of thing. And most people would get like stopped in the motion there. Like respectfully, they can't really proceed with the handshake because then it's kind of like they are aware that it bothers you. But like most of them are happy enough to like, most people when they're entering the process of a handshake, it's normally a good time that you can like work on hypnotizing somebody and or like fucking with the brain in that motion. So when I stop and I wave and I say I've got like OCD hand washing, usually they will automatically mimic the motion that I'm doing automatically. Like they don't even know that they're doing it, and then they tend to just look at the hand and be really confused because they've just replicated what I've done. So I did find that that was pretty amusing. At least something I could kind of get away with. I can go and harvest all my stuff now. This is great. I have a question. Sometimes I get quest rewards for 10 Molotovs or 10 pipe bombs, but when I select it, I only get given one. Normal bugger, I'm just not unlucky. I haven't seen that. I am pretty sure I've gotten a few pipe bombs as like a quest reward, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten the 10. So it could just be an unlucky one that you've got. But then again, by comparison, in your game, you've got like the you got like some kind of fucking filtration thing for water on like the first couple of days and shit. So I would say like it's just panning out the good that you've already got and stuff. So, but in saying that, I also do agree that you getting direwolves in your blood moons is a bit ripped, because I'm barely even getting dogs, and I sure as shit am not getting direwolves in my like blood moons. Like I had one tonight at the start of tonight, right? And I didn't get a fucking direwolf. I didn't even get a dog. Like I just got like, I got 2 spitters and that was about it. The rest of it was like, there was some army dudes in there, a biker, and a few ferals, and the rest of them were just like regular zombies. So I don't know what happened to me. I thought it was a Secret Mason's handshake or something. Look, I always know that there's a specific limp handshake that nobody really likes the sensation of. So whenever I encounter people and I don't, like I said, like I can't just go and wash my hands or something, I prefer to do that handshake, because I know that they're much more likely to not try to shake my hand in the future. So I can kind of get away with, like, in the future, they will kind of just like avoid me because they don't want to experience that again. So it's kind of like, it sort of works and it sort of doesn't in a way. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I do everything in my power to not be around when handshakes are happening anyway. But yeah, the alternate is like, especially when I was doing a lot of my weightlifting and stuff, the kind of like handshake that I could do when I was all in was like hand crushing. And I didn't mean to be like crushing people's hands and stuff, but like it definitely like had the opposite effect, where they're like, they'd then do like, you know, the Arnie sort of meme where he's got like, you know, the 2 giant muscles in like the handshake thing. It would turn into that, where they want to compete and they just want to see who can do the stronger handshake. And then I'm like, fuck, now I've got this problem. I don't know. There's minor issues of like handshakes. At least I don't have to deal with that shit anymore, because like I obviously don't have like a day job and stuff where I have to shake hands with people, like metaphorically, virtually and stuff like that. Like I could be shaking hands with you right now and you don't even know. It's awkward, don't get me wrong. It's like you look down, your hand's being shaken. It's like, what the fuck? It's fine, don't question it. Just go all in on it. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a little bit fucking weird if nobody can tell. I'm sure that's pretty obvious. Oh man, I got like a tear in my eyes. Was it? If it was me, I wouldn't look at my hand confused, but sadness. To leave me hanging there is worse than spilling coffee. Oh no, it's usually like, it's more when I can see the motion of the group starting to do handshakes. And at that time where I can see it's like forming into handshake activities, that's usually when like I will kind of like remove myself from the situation by like just putting my hand up like that. Because then like nobody's left hanging. It's just like, as I said, like most people will automatically just mirror whatever I've done. So it never seems to be awkward. It's more just like the confusion sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Nobody has ever like specifically said that it feels like they're being left hanging. It's just like they're just happy that they don't have to shake hands, because it's like such a formal thing to have to do. It's more like a polite formal type of thing, I'd say. I don't think I have any more seeds on me. I could make more mushrooms, and I should make more mushrooms, but I need clay for this, so we'll see. I got like 20 dogs and 4 or 5 direwolves in that one blood moon. And I killed 3 of them. The other 1 or 2 died. Spikes at least. Jesus. Like, if I was getting like that many direwolves, like fuck that. Like, you already know, like I don't respond very well to like the dogs attacking. But then when you get the direwolves involved, shit just is bad. Because, okay, the last time I saw the new type of direwolf, right, was in experimental, and I was in the desert and it was nighttime, and I had to stare at it for a while. I had to just like let everybody in stream be like, okay, I just have to psychologically deal with this thing for a moment, because this thing looks straight out of my nightmares. Literally, it's something that exists in my nightmares naturally. And so then like when it ended up coming over, it did come over, by the way. It got all the way into the house, and I didn't think it could path up to the roof, but the fucker pathed up to the roof. And so before I knew it, I had a dire wolf in the roof, like sticking out the roof, and I killed it, but I had to sit there and literally just sit there and stare at it for a couple of minutes because psychologically I had to deal with it, like seeing this thing up close and how horrifying it looked and stuff. And I'm like, this is horrible. Like if I have to encounter this thing again, if I encounter it organically just somewhere out in the world and I don't see it first, like we're going to get a shriek. We're not going to get a squeak. We're going to get a full tilt screech, you know? So yeah, that's literally what will happen, unfortunately. I did make some arrows and I got more mushrooms to plant. That's what I gotta do. It's an arm wrestle handshake. Love that meme. Yeah, I like the meme too. I actually like I like a lot of Arnie's movies actually. That's right, I was over here. Yeah, he always reminded me, well, I guess my brother always reminded me of him in the reverse sense. So like whenever I watch his movies and stuff, it always feels like, I don't know, my brother. But like my brother never got like muscular and stuff. Like out of the two of us, I had the genetic ability to get muscular and he didn't. So I don't know, I just went full tilt when I was doing all my weightlifting and shit. I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm enjoying this. Like I don't find muscles on people to be attractive, but I liked muscles on me. So it was a weird situation, I guess. I also need to repair that. I also need to repair one of my armor. Apparently one of these two are nearly cactus, but I need to wait until it's destroyed, so I'll see how this goes. This is a new direwolf, legit terrifying if you don't see it coming. Yeah, see, I hope to always see it coming first. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go get some coal, because I need to be able to make some bullets at this point. So let's grab my yuccas. I think the coffee also gives me a boost out mining, so I'll grab both, and I'll grab some soup. Shit, let's get me fed here. And I've only got like a shit shovel, so this is going to be a bit of a laborious thing, but it's fine. I'll literally just be digging a coal fucking hole somewhere. And I'm gonna need more boxes than this because it's probably late afternoon, I'm sure of it. And let me go with about 50. Craft that. Alright. So let's go get coal. Because I've been neglecting getting this for a while. And I'm pretty sure I have a thing on my map somewhere that says where I could find coal. If not, I know that you can... I'm pretty sure I've got a marker. I think I have a marker. Yeah, there's one. It's all the way over at my fucking Blood Moon base. I could probably find one closer than that if I look. There's one there. It's right next to the wastelands. Let's go poke our nose over there and see how this goes. Worst case scenario is we get bears and dogs. So, you know, we'll see. See how it goes. Because it's like late afternoon too. Let's see. It's like nightmare fuel. Like, yeah, it is nightmare fuel. Because like I literally, you know the Resident Evil dogs? You know the dogs are like basically like all their skin and shit is like melted off them kind of thing. And they're all like pretty gnarly, half like self-eaten and stuff. I get those in my nightmares. Like I've talked about this before. I have some pretty fucking vivid nightmares. Like I get like dinosaurs, I get zombies, I get fucking zombie dogs, I get Resident Evil dogs, I get direwolf looking motherfuckers. I have all sorts of cool dreams usually, but my nightmares are something else. That's why I write them into stories. And like one day, if I get a bit of spare time, I'll clean them up so that they're not quite as personal spoiler giveaway things, and I'll publish them somewhere where you guys can read them at some point, because some of them are pretty fucking, well, truthfully fucked up. Some of them are pretty interesting, but I don't know, I need to change some details in there so it's a little bit more anonymous kind of business, you know. But you said you pick your nose, not poke your nose. What? Grim. I don't know. This is why we don't have VTuber, so that, like, nobody would know if I was. You'd never know. The amount of times I like stop to like scratch my nose or like rub my eyes or something like that, nobody would know what I'm up to. I yawn a lot too when I'm streaming, so that's another thing. So I'm really, really close to the Wastelands, and here is coal. It's only 1 node of coal as well, so I'm hoping I don't attract any dogs and shit. When I saw it coming, the Horde thought it was... what? Thought it was a bug. And the game had accidentally spawned a mountain lion with bug textures. Jesus. Yeah, no, I followed the whole process of... there's a dog over there. I followed the whole process of Fun Pimps adding the new graphics and shit to their creatures. And when I saw the direwolf one, because obviously I can't post graphic shit in my Discord and stuff because it's literally against my rules, right? So I couldn't warn anybody of this monstrosity that they were building. And I just remember seeing like the image of it preemptively and being like a strong no. Like when I saw like the upgraded dogs and all sorts of stuff, like I'm not a big fan of the dogs. But the new direwolf, like the old direwolf, used to scare the shit out of me. I'd be just minding my own business, out and about somewhere, right? And it'd be nighttime and a direwolf would be on me. Now, if a direwolf happens to be on me in the middle of the night, I'm probably going to flip the entire table and run to the back of my house. Like, I'm not taking that chance, right? Like, we can risk that on something else, but not that. I'll wait till this zombie dude comes over here. And I don't know how far down this is going to take me for coal, but I hope it like is a bit of a... I hope it's a bit of a vein, because I don't have turrets and shit yet, obviously. My favourite movie has got to be The Last Action Hero. I used to like the Last Action Hero. I haven't seen it in so long. So I used to have memories of the movie, but I couldn't figure out what movie it was. And yeah, it was like The Last Action Hero. There were so many scenes in that movie that I love. It's just clearly and obviously ridiculous for the purpose of like what it is, and I love it. I might need more repair kits for this, but I have got a few. We'll see how this goes. So I like that you can just see ore veins in the map now. Oh, you used to be able to. I thought I heard one of the big dudes then. You used to be able to see them in the past, but what I used to look for, like over here, there's a shit ton of iron. Like, that's a really, really good, rich iron vein. Like, if I mark that up, I'll come back to that later. Iron mine. I haven't started mining it yet. I don't know why I'm on caps lock either. But, like, there's a lot of stone over here. There's a bit of nitrate. The other thing, too, is in the Wastelands, you can see where cars are as well, because cars are mostly just a black object. I guess they're also out here as well. It's not as clear and obvious. Like, I don't know what that is there. That's a truck. Probably a truck. Car. Little car. Yeah. Like, you kind of get used to what you're looking at. Now, I should have brought cobblestone for this, but this will be fine. I want to make a big area because I do want to dig this out, but I just want to make it that... You know what I'm going to get, right? I'm gonna legit get a screamer or some shit. And that way I can't like stay safely down in this fucking hole. But for the moment, I'm gonna just try to build myself a little box hut. I normally do this when I'm mining for resources anyway, but I haven't been doing it on insane, oh, not insane, on the fucking feral sense day and night because it hasn't been safe, you know? So I would normally just do this, and this is enough to let me know that there's something outside and I can kill it and stuff. But lately, zombies have been going a little bit ham with it, so I should have enough wood to do this place. But I don't have cobblestone. I haven't seen or played any RE franchise, but I can imagine. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Resident Evil stuff, but I know like my partner really likes the movies. So, like, we watch them every so often, and I have no problem with the zombies or any of the other gore. It's literally just the zombie dogs that I can't deal with. And it's, like, such a quick scene, but it's such a fucking... It stuck with me so fucking traumatically. It really did. Just because, like, I don't know if, like, I've mentioned it recently or whatever, but, like, when I was growing up as a kid, I got mauled by dogs a couple of times. Once was by my grandparents' dog on the farm, and the other time was by the neighbours' dogs just in suburbia. So, like, I have got, like, a fear of dogs in general. I did own a dog in recent years. I owned a border collie named Sheila, She was very pretty. She was very, very sweet. But, like, I don't think I ever connected to her as deeply as, like, most dog owners will. Because, like, I didn't understand some of the actions and behaviors that she was doing. So I wouldn't respond the same way as, like, a standard dog owner would. Like, I'd be more inclined to, like, recoil if she did, like, a sudden quick movement or something like that. Because I don't know what she's doing, kind of thing. Whereas, like, most people wouldn't get that kind of response. I wonder if I can do this as a double thing. But yeah, no, I really love my dog. But she passed away a few years ago now. I think my neighbor's kids poisoned her. It was kind of shit. They were like little dicks. They'd throw metal objects and stones and shit at her every opportunity they got. They were just like cunts. So, yeah, when I found like a poisonous plant in my yard and my dog was dead, I put two and two together that, you know, there was, that was not naturally growing in my yard. So either one or two things happened. Is either it could have naturally been shot in by a bird, obviously, thus resolving my neighbors of any issues. However, the fact that she was dead so quickly was a little bit of a, you know, and dogs don't just generally drop dead, I don't believe. Alright, I'm not safe in here, but I'm gonna start digging down. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, that was probably very, like, hard to probably hear and stuff like that, but it was one of the many fucking things in my life that's just, like that, unfortunately. But that's why I, like, react so strongly to when the dogs attack. And the funny thing is, like, Triantha was aware of, like, my fear of dogs and shit. And he kept, like, spawning the packs of dogs. I didn't have a problem. He knew what he was doing. It was all for fun and stuff like that. But yeah, it scared the shit out of me every time. Because I'm like, I don't know when I'm playing this if, like, I'm going to get, like, a pack of dogs appear or... Because, like, they spawn naturally too. You know, there's dog day and stuff. And that shit's scary. The other thing too is I found out when I was playing with the integration on... I don't know if there's going to be coal the whole way down here, by the way. But... when I was playing with the integration on, what I found was that if I sealed the spot that I was in, zombies couldn't spawn on me and stuff. So when, like, I always put a box like this up anyway to kind of just make it safe when I'm mining, because that way when I hear the walls start getting destroyed, I know I've got zombies on my hands. But when I go down here, I'm going to seal myself in a little bit because it is just about nighttime. And there is, like, just the tiniest bit of coal coming through here. There's not much. But if I can find it, if I can follow it, it'll be great. Let me just fill in this. Alright. This isn't perfect. But between the outer box and this box, and if I put another box down when I get a bit further down. So I end up making, like, mega mines and stuff like that. I've had bedrock mines in 7 Days to Die. I had one big enough we accidentally, one of my server players, Sammy, was driving around the map and she hadn't been on for like a week or two, right? And so she didn't know that I'd had a bedrock mine. I'd just, like, been mining. I had an auger, I had food, and I just kept mining down and down and down. And she was going for a drive and she drove her whole fucking car into the ravine and it obviously got pretty well destroyed and she got really hurt. And it was quite funny because I'm like, couldn't you see, like, the weird texture on the map? And she's like, I didn't know what it was. And so since then, I've made a point of putting the boxes up and around the place because if I don't, and there's another player on my map, there's a chance that they may just accidentally go fall into it. And I don't want to accidentally hurt somebody like that, you know? I mean, how in the past it was super inconsistent how much on the surface, especially before they had the resource rocks to tell you what type it was. It used to just be gravel patch and you used to hope there was a resource. There's probably a version before when you started though. It was. So when I started, they had just started putting the rocks on top of it because that was something that my partner had mentioned at the time. He's like, oh, they've got rocks on it so you can tell where the mines are. So I actually started mining with oil shale as, like, the first place that I really went ham with. And I got, like, a shit ton of ore. I found this massive vein. I had no idea that the rocks connected, like, in an area when you look at the map. Like this, how I said that there's, like, 4 or so iron nodes here. So obviously there's going to be a shit ton of iron in this area. Like coal normally only is like 1 on the top of the thing. Nitrate is usually like, there's normally other stuff in with nitrate. Like if you got nitrate, you normally got lead, and then if you got lead, you normally got iron. Like there's iron and lead, there's another coal, there's another 3 iron, stuff like that. Like it took me a little bit to get used to the colors. These, I can't remember if they are, I think these dots, these light ones are trees, I think. Like for a while I thought they were nests or like plain rocks, but they're not. I think they're trees, because when I plant a shit ton of trees, it just dots out the entire map in a huge section. I'm like, oh yeah, there's my forest. Because I lost my forest once. Oh. Alright. Last time they had to dig to me. They can dig to me again. We'll see. Oh my god, if it still works that way it used to, you can remove dogs from the random horde spawn. Oh yeah. Mess around with it and pass, but I don't know if they changed how it works since. I've never looked into stuff like that. Like, I just never stop and look. I don't think I'm down low enough. I know they'll dig to me eventually and I'll have a hole up there. But there's nothing I can do with Feral Sense. They do know where I am, right? The only thing I could have done is put some spikes or something like that around there, or turrets. Turrets would have been great. The other thing I could have done is I could have gone straight down, and I could have got like really, really far down here and they wouldn't be able to tell where I am. There's the other thing that's also sometimes useful. I might go for that a little bit. What else? I tend to place support structure down the bedrock and place roof above the mines. They're a little excessive, but prevent the precise scenario. But was it nice scenario, but for myself and a goldfish moment. Well, look, I normally put at least a row of 1 cube blocks around it. Like, I don't always put it up to too high, but I do sometimes put at least a row of like 1. So if you're driving up to it and it's taking a bit to render, you will see the boxes, or you should be able to see them on the map as a structure. But yeah, usually when you mine something, like if I go to the map, I know I'm down here at the moment, but you can see around me has like the wooden structure as a box. I normally make a bigger box than that. I'll go quiet for a second. Put a few more boxes in here. Like, they can definitely tell where I am. They cannot. There we go. I'm just trying to make it as hard as possible for them to get to me. It's going to be a bitch to get out of here too, don't get me wrong. Somebody's digging from this corner. Like, if I had an auger, this would be so much worse. There are trees, for sure. Yeah, people who physically can't drive in without being intentionally at a point. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is as you're driving around, you have to physically hit the, like, low-level wall. Whereas, like, I've put it up to too high, and that's mostly just that I will probably put a door in here eventually. Like, whenever I have a mine, I always have, a box on top of my place. Like, I normally start with a small box. Eventually, I'll collapse this place because I'll dig too deep and too wide and it will all fall down, right? Also, what I should do is make sure this is loaded. There we go. So when they do get down here, I at least have some way of killing them. Because I want to be down here for a little while so I can get enough coal. Like, I've got almost 3,000 coal at the moment. I want to make a lot of ammo. And I'm pretty sure I have a good amount of nitrate. Because I obviously collect a lot of, like, dead bodies and shit. So we're good for that. Let me get some hobo stew to fix up my water. I got a diamond. So there's also a perk thing too. I saw it on somebody else's game where you can find, I don't know which it is, maybe in here somewhere. But the idea is you are supposed to find so many gems and then